Christmas holidays, but all of this is happening in war-torn countries or a war-torn region. Israeli ultranationalism, speaking of Christmas, is on the rise in recent years, and it seems to know no bounds. After protesting Jewish-Muslim intermarriage, LGBT rights, and Christian missionaries, some on the far right in Israel have found a new cause, waging war on Christmas. The far right-wing group Lehava, meaning flame in Hebrew, has been causing a stir with provocative demonstrations at Israeli sites that display Christian emblems. One such site is the YMCA in Jerusalem. 2 weeks ago, it invited all the children of the city, regardless of religion, to decorate the Christmas tree. One of Lehava's main activities, Benzi Gopstein, has actually basically arranged a demonstration in front of that tree. He also grossed global headlines in the past few days, Mr. Gopstein that is, after he was quoted as allegedly saying that Christians are blood-sucking vampires that should be expelled from the Holy Land. Let's watch the following report by Lauren Izzo about Lehava and what seems to be a war on Christmas.
Every year, thousands of Christian pilgrims from all over the world travel to the Middle East to celebrate Christmas in the place where Jesus was born and raised. But not everyone welcomes them. Benzi Gopstein, the leader of extremist right-wing Jewish group Lehava, says there is no place for Christmas or Christians in the Jewish state of Israel. Less than a month ago, Gopstein headed dozens of Lehava Christmas protesters outside the YMCA headquarters in Jerusalem. The group sang Hanukkah songs and held signs urging, quote, impure Christians to leave Israel. In August, Gopstein was brought in for police questioning after stating at a religious debate that he condoned the burning of churches.
I'm against burning churches. I think that according to Jewish law it needs to be done, but the ones that would have to do it would be the Israeli government.
While many rights advocacy groups have filed official complaints about Gopstein's comments, both Christian pilgrims as well as residents of Israel have not let him destroy their Christmas spirit.
Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
I had a chance to speak with Mr. Gopstein yesterday to hear his side of the story about calling Christians blood-sucking vampires. He said there was no such, he said it right before Christmas. Let's hear what he had to say to us on I24 News yesterday.
First of all, I didn't say such a thing. I gave an interview last week to a Haredi newspaper, and I wrote there to the missionaries who come to convert Jews to Christianity that they are vampires. From here to there, the Reform movement filed a complaint against me, and Haaretz newspaper decided to publish an article and write in the headlines that this is what I said about the Christians. But that's not true. Things are written clearly. Regarding the vampires, I said that whoever comes here to the state of Israel and tries to convince a Jew to become a Christian, even the Pope, 2 weeks ago spoke against this. This is what I said, and I'm intending to sue Haaretz for this slander. We came to demonstrate because they issued ads to the Jewish children of Israel. Now they're handing out Christmas trees at the Jaffa Gate to Christians who didn't come to demonstrate there. But if they're handing out Christmas trees to Jews, I think there's no place for that. Like I said, even the Pope said that it's not the purpose of Christianity. We're against missionaries and will continue to operate against them.
Joining me in studio is Gilad Kariv, director of the Israeli Movement for Reform and Progressive Judaism, who has come out vocally against Gopstein and what he stands for. Mr. Gopstein also yesterday, by the way, responded by saying that all of this was a lie, but his manifest is online, calling Christian missionaries blood-sucking vampires. How does one combat that when it comes to, you know, Israeli religious leaders? Because I'm wondering with you, Mr. Kariv, that when the world sees that, it doesn't really bode very well for Israel.
Yes, but I think that, first of all, good morning. I think that first we need to be disturbed not by the impact on the way the world sees Israel, but rather on what are the implications inside the Israeli society.
Very, very good point, and I accept.
And we need to be deeply disturbed. It's true that we're talking about a small minority, but this minority is becoming more and more vocal. And this minority is supported by the silence presented by the majority of Israelis, and more important, by the Israeli authorities. I must say that I'm quite proud as a Reform rabbi, as the head of the Israeli Reform rabbi, that we find this issue to be part of our public mission in Israel. Because this is not only about legal issues. This is also about the way we understand what is the meaning of having a Jewish and a democratic state. Okay. And we see the work of Leava, of this violent, ultra-nationalist organization, as violating not only the democratic values of the State of Israel, but also its Jewish character. And the problem in Israel is not with Bentzi Gupstein. The problem is with the fact that the legal authorities in Israel are neglecting their duty to do something in order to block the racist incitement. There is a law in Israel against racist incitement. The Attorney General is failing in imposing this law, this
democratically,
legislation.
To play devil's advocate, I will argue back to you that people are entitled to their own opinion. And at the end of the day, when Mr. Gopstein, he's voicing his opinion.
Yes, definitely. But we need to remember that like many, many European countries, many other countries in the world, the State of Israel decided, mainly because of the past of the Jewish people, that we should include in our legislation an act against racist incitement. And in Israel, and I know this is not the case in the US, but in Israel, racist incitement is not part of freedom of speech. Now, if this is the case, we need to impose the law. If we don't want to impose the law, let's cancel the law and let's say that in Israel people can incite and people can present racist publications and views. But then we need to embrace the fact that it will come from extreme right-wing Jewish leaders, but also from Palestinian leaders. Our Prime Minister is pointing the Palestinian Authority for the lack of blocking the incitement. And Prime Minister Netanyahu is stating again and again that the Palestinian Authority is responsible for the terror attacks because of the incitement. So let's make the parallel case for Jewish incitement. And let's understand that if this is the case, the Israeli government is neglecting its duty to block racism that in the end leads to what we saw a few months ago in the village of Duma and the terror attack that killed 3 innocent Palestinians.
Including and a baby. Yeah, one of them being a baby. Gilad Kariv, I want to thank you so much for coming this morning to our studio. I'm not going to wish you a Merry Christmas, but
let's wish 160,000 Israeli citizens that are Christians Merry Christmas. We want them to be with us. We see them part of the Israeli society and not like Bentzi Gupstein. I hope that they will celebrate their holiday and as part of the Israeli society.
Gilad Kariv, you heard it here. Thank you for being with us this morning.